is a Social Security SSR, and why is it important in my Social Security disability case? Well, SSRs are basically interpretations of the law and the Social Security regulations that provide guidance to the Social Security Administration and the people at DDS who make the initial claims decision. Now, these SSRs can also be based on actual court decisions. So it's policy interpretation of law and regulations and actual court decisions. And they provide guidance, as I've said, to the staff and to the judges. An SSR is first named for the year that it was created and the ruling number. So, for example, Social Security ruling number 1, published on January 2, 2024, would be SSR 24-1. Now, if that ruling was based on a court decision, it would be identified by a suffix C. So it would be SSR-24-1-C. Social Security rulings based on the decision of the Appeals Council, which is an appellate body, are identified by an A. So it would be SSR 24-1A. Policy interpretation rulings are defined by the suffix P. So it would be SSR 24-1-P. Now, why is all of this important? Well, again, this provides guidance to the Social Security Administration and to the judges. Let's talk about this in more detail. Regulations deal with things such as the use of vocational experts or vocational specialists, how they're supposed to evaluate cases involving drug addiction or alcoholism, how Social Security and judges are supposed to evaluate symptoms, how they're supposed to develop written evidence, the impact of the failure to follow prescribed treatment, and a determination of a person's educational capacity. Also, there are significant SSRs dealing with functional capacity, because remember, at the end of the day, you have to prove that you can't go back to the lightest job you held in the 5 years before your claim was decided, and at step 5, do other work, or your ability to do other work in the mythical, hypothetical, not real world national economy in view of your age, education, and your skills. So these regulations can also impact how Social Security determines your ability to do physical things, called an RFC. It also can help the Social Security Administration or judge determine the RFC for mental impairments. It can also help determine whether there is a residual functional capacity of less than a full range of sedentary work. Now, that's all really important because these apply at steps 4 and 5, which is where cases are decided. Now, there are also rulings on the specific criteria for medical conditions and listings, such as the evaluation of a fibromyalgia claim, the evaluation of a chronic fatigue syndrome claim, evaluating cases involving interstitial cystitis, primary headaches disorders. So you can see how these SSRs can impact not only how the local Social Security office, but a Social Security judge will determine your entitlement to benefits. I think these rulings are crucial in getting your Social Security benefits, and I cite these in my memorandum of law to judges if we're at the hearing stage. Now, I'm going to be discussing different rulings in greater detail in future articles or videos, but in the meantime, if you have any questions about your rights to Social Security disability benefits, or if your claim's been denied, call us at 727-894-3188 so we can help you get the disability benefits you deserve, regardless of where you live in the United States.